Today's recommendation is the steak. Come take a look.
The day's finally come! We're off to meet the Tsaritsa of Snezhnaya! What is she planning? And why does she need the gnosies? Soon, we'll have our answers! Guess this'll be the end of your journey that your sister mentioned. Snezhnaya still feels like a long way away. Hopefully, there'll be plenty of time to relax. But whenever Paimon gets thinking about how our destination is right around the corner, all these questions come flooding into Paimon's head. It makes her so nervous. Yeah. Anyway, enough about all that. We can't start the final leg of our journey with that kind of mindset. Just think. We've fought dragons and sea monsters, defeated creations of the gods, faced prophecies of doom and the threat of the abyss. Heck, we've even been to the moon! With all that experience under our belts, how could we be any more prepared? Sure thing! Now, stick close to Paimon, the best guide you could ever ask for, and let's charge straight for the finish line! Off we go!
What about me? Do I get a call out?
Whoa! Columbina? You kinda snuck up on us there. Don't look at Paimon! Paimon didn't sell you out this time! Oh, so it was you! Alright, guess there's no hiding it now.
All your friends have gathered at the flagship to see you off. I invited Sandrone too, but she said she had to go back to Snezhnaya. She must be busy. She had some nasty things to say about you before leaving. Would you like to hear them?
She hasn't changed a bit. Alright, let's hear it.
If they're heading to Snezhnaya, I'll bet it's to cause trouble for Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Attending a farewell party for people like that would not be a good look for me right now. Also, please tell them not to count on getting help from a Fatui Harbinger in Snezhnaya. Our time working together was not terrible, precisely, but we're on different sides. So when you get there, don't do anything to make life difficult for both of us.
Well, that definitely sounds on brand for her. The attitude, the reason.
No, you've misunderstood. I think she means that she'd like you to go see her. As long as you don't make things difficult for both of you, you'll be fine.
You really have to read between the lines with Sandrone.
Go on, get to the flagship. Everyone should be there by now. I told Lauma that you once treated me to a truly unforgettable meal. Today, I want to return the favor. It's my gift to you.
It's definitely nice to be treated, but hopefully by this point, you know that you don't owe us any favors.
The
Wow! Pure white as far as the eye can see! It's so pretty! Come on, keep up! What's wrong? Come on, let's go! guy. You know, just minus the effects of Kawaki. That's a sure sign that we're officially in Snezhnaya now. There's gotta be a treasure chest around here somewhere. No adventure is complete without a chest or two. Ah! Paimon got a mouthful of snow! Ooh, it's so cold! Paimon's gonna snuggle up to you for a bit to get warm! Hey, check it out! Those are bears, right? Oh, look how big and fluffy they are! So cute! Quick, take a picture before the moment passes. Right here. If we get any closer, we might scare. Let's see how your camera skills are these days. Come on, quick! It looks like a trick. Paimon's heard that Snezhnaya has loads of railways and trains. This must be one of them. But why is it abandoned? Oh, it's still so cold. Oh, I don't know. Maybe. Oh, also, is it just... yeah. So it can't just be because of the... it's hard to describe, but... Paimon feels so weird. She's never felt like this before. Everything feels heavy. No need. Paimon's just feeling a little low on it. Yep, sure thing. Seems like the snowstorm is getting worse by the minute. Paimon can barely fly. Oh, look! There's a cabin over there. Phew. Let's get out of this storm.
What is this place? Where's Paimon? I need to find her fast! Paimon! Paimon! That's strange. Where could she be? I guess I'll try further ahead. Hang in there, Paimon. Is that a train carriage? Maybe I can get up from the inside. A reward on the road. It says here, Kresnik's torch, civilian model. It's definitely getting a little warmer now it's turned on. I really hope Paimon's okay. What was that strange sound? I can't tell if... Paimon? Paimon, is that you?
Incoming entity detected. Authorization granted. Initiating original. Hello, Descender, who's reached the eve of tomorrow. Eye of Grey at your service. Time since last activation. Time measurement unavailable due to the influence of... Anyway, it must... I was born to fulfill a mission. To reach to this end, I must... Strange. What was it? Wait, my body? Huh? Why is my body like this? Apologies. After a long period of inactivity, it appears that a lot of data... Anyway, I was created so that humanity could reach tomorrow. But, nevertheless, serving humanity remains my primary objective. I have detected a drop in your surface body temperature. In accordance with my preset programming, upon reactivation, I must ask the one who awakened me the following question. Will you accept me, Transcender? I will assist you, protect you, and fulfill my mission until we reach tomorrow. I understand your position. However, given your current physical... Before I was activated, you called out a name. If you agree to accept me, after helping you get out of here, to answer your question, yes. You have made a very wise decision. Now that we have reached an accord, you will be my new user. May I ask your name? Very well. I will remember this name until the mission is complete. I need to recover my body. Retrieve the power to unlock tomorrow. I can sense my power scattered across this ice-covered land. I even have a vague sense of where it might be found. But right now, that is not essential. The key right now is you. You must survive and... You may now execute the command, Demolish. Use it to remove the Prime Ice. Prime Ice unit count has been updated. You may now execute the command, Build. Use it to create a Prime Ice construct to prop up the door.
Is this an answer from this world?
Scanning local environment. Exit has been sealed off with ice. That would not be an efficient approach. You can use this to clear the solid ice ahead of you. construct blueprint added to records. You may now execute the command, Build Heat Source. Generate a temporary heat source to rapidly melt the solid ice. Is this? And my scan indicates the path is straight ahead. I recommend we proceed.
A reward on the road.
Kresnik Crystal located. Please, the recent construct you built provides, unfortunately. That said, yes. Perhaps that, But for now, all you need to remember is this. If you collect Kresnik Crystal, I can extract the energy within and use it to maintain your body's surface temperature. Low power. Please use Kresnik Crystal to replenish energy reserves. Signs of physiological activity detected in the distance. It is highly likely to be your travel companion, Paimon. Go. Go now. Be reunited and sing together. May all the people be united as one. May all of life rejoice. Approaching the target location. Scanning for signs of life. Life forms detected. 2. Affirmative. However, that is not the reason for my confusion. Real-time environmental data suggests...
Paimon! Who are you?
Don't worry. She's only sleeping. You must be the Traveler. She called your name repeatedly while attempting to battle her way through the blizzard. Newcomers to Snezhnaya struggle to adapt to the sheer cold at the best of times. Lately, even the locals are suffering, with a powerful monster having summoned a bitter snowstorm. You two must be very important to one another. You should take more care not to get separated.
Your eyes. Are you Conrian?
There are indeed some Conrians left in this world who survived the cataclysm. But I doubt that is news to you. It would be unwise to interrogate my identity here. Focus your attention on your travel companion instead. We will meet again very soon.
The unidentified subject has now left the area. He appears to be an individual of great significance, but my search has yielded no relevant data. I will try searching the database again. Against the odds, your companion is safe and sound. The other person even left a blanket for her.
It's okay. Take it easy. Are you feeling all right?
Pretty much the same as when we first got to Snezhnaya. Wait, where did the Jester go? Yep, the director of the Fatui. The Jester Piero.
The Jester must know everything about the Tsaritsa's plans. But there's no way he'd tell me. Well, he was right about one thing.
He had no intention of explaining his motives, and he—
Hey! What the? Who is that? It looks like half a pair of goggles.
Snezhnaya was once the land of the Fae. There are many ancient creations here that I'm sure would broaden your mind further still. Mind you, my database is—
Oh, wow! Well, thank you so much. You've earned yourself some of Paimon's favorite candy. Oh, but by the looks of it, you—
Goodwill detected. Instead of candy, perhaps I can suggest my preferred—
Oh, that makes sense. Anyway, back to the Jester when he first showed up. He already knew Paimon's name. And he acted like Paimon could tell that he was Conrian from his eyes. And he definitely seemed like someone pretty important. But beyond that, Paimon didn't know anything about him. It was only later, after he rescued Paimon from the snow, that he properly introduced himself. Oh, seems unlikely. He ran into the snow following the sound, and after bringing Paimon here, he just stared out at the snow. Paimon didn't feel unsafe around him, and she didn't seem to have any
Please allow me to interrupt. Fatui and—
Wait, you've seriously never heard of the Fatui?
Understood. Since they hold elite positions and serve their god directly, it stands to reason that they would conduct themselves with due decorum. I am inclined to agree with your assessment, Miss Paimon. I did not detect any ill—
Sorry, I shouldn't have encouraged you to talk so much. Paimon, new plan. Let's get out of Snezhnaya for now. We can come back after the weather clears up and you're all better. The Jester mentioned that this snowstorm, being the work of a monster, is worse than most. Even if we made it to Snezhnagrad, we'd still have to wait out the storm before we could do any exploring.
Oh, well, it's really nice of you to look out for Paimon, but she doesn't want to hold you back. We were really psyched up for this journey when we first set off. Just think of all the burning questions we have. If we turn back now, who knows how long it'll take before we finally get answers.
Further information is required regarding the monster situation. But objectively speaking, there is another, more pressing issue at hand. At this point, we have traveled a significant distance into the blizzard. Were we to turn back now, the road would be extremely treacherous, especially since we would need to travel on foot. If, however, we continue onward, there may be a better solution. Do you remember what I said as we neared this location? I told you that this is a train station. While it has evidently fallen into disuse for unknown reasons, the tracks remain intact. We can break through the blizzard and forge ahead by driving a train. That is the Snezhnayan way. There is a small town up ahead, which would be the perfect place for Miss Paimon to rest and recover.
Paimon thinks Goggles here makes a great point. Oh, come on. Don't worry. Think of all the traveling we've done so far. When has Paimon ever got—
Affirmative. Should you ever need my assistance during your future adventures, please call for the Eye of Grey whenever you wish. Otherwise, I will remain silent to avoid causing any unnecessary distraction. Now, please follow me to the train tracks.
A reward on the road.
Please confirm when you are ready to depart. Heading north from here, we will soon arrive at... Wait, there's an error message. Could not detect clear tracks.
What exactly does clear mean?
Brace for impact, friends! Preparing to enter impromptu flight mode. How strange. Not only was the station's status different from my records, but
Yeah.
my sincere apologies for putting you in danger. I'm afraid I'm as confused by all this. Agreed. This is likely a consequence of outdated railroad. Fortunately, our crash landing has at least brought us much closer to the town.
Your data had better be right this time.
I can assure you, it certainly is. Please look this way, and you will see a Kresnik's torch. It seems our ill-fated train ride was a blessing in disguise. We have taken the shortest possible route. Rest assured that I will take user preferences into account next time.
Excuse me, is there an inn nearby?
I'm sorry, but they've all closed.
Sorry to interrupt. We're looking for a place to stay.
I can't even afford to warm my own house, let alone run a business.
Excuse us. Is there anywhere we can stay around these parts?
I'm afraid not. You'll have to try your luck somewhere else.
All we can do is wait for the next shipment of Kresnik Crystal to get here.
Hi there. Do you know if there are any inns still taking guests in this town?
Doubt it. They're probably all closed. No one has enough Kresnik Crystal to heat their own homes, let alone a business.
Oh, what a bummer.
I clocked you a while back. You adventurers or something? We don't get many tourists in inland Snezhnaya these days.
Why is that? Because of the snowstorm?
In part. But the bigger reason's Project Snezhnaya. Since it's Her Majesty's will, we have to put up with it whether we like it or not. Oh, sorry. I assumed it was common knowledge by now. Basically, the Tsaritsa is planning something big. Something that even if they used all the surplus Kresnik Crystal in Snezhnaya, it still wouldn't be enough to meet demand. So, the Vetcha passed a resolution requiring all factories and households to reduce their energy consumption. The policy has thus been charmingly named Project Snezhnaya, meaning bitter cold.
Bitter cold? So, it's gonna be a cold winter, folks? You're all gonna have to find a way to get through it? That kind of idea?
Pretty much. When you're broke, you scrimp and save. When it's cold, you huddle together for warmth. There's always a way to stretch things out to make ends meet. Trouble is, if you stretch someone out like an elastic band for too long, who knows if they can ever bounce back. You know what? Come with me and see for yourself.
Can you please explain to me why the price of Kresnik Crystal has gone up by 1/3 again? Even as our purchase quota has gone down. You only come here twice a month. This won't even last us a week.
The supply and pricing of Kresnik Crystal are based on current production volumes and price data. We Fatui are only responsible for delivery and security. I'm not in a position to explain to you how the figures are calculated, but I assure you, they are as fair and reasonable as possible.
Oh, so our lives mean nothing to you? How can you expect anyone to survive a single night in this weather without heating?
Since you insist on making me repeat myself every single visit, I will remind you again. There is no monopoly on the trade of Kresnik Crystal. You are free to purchase the shortfall from elsewhere on the market.
What market? Nobody else is selling! And when they do, they charge 8 times the normal rate! It's robbery is what it is!
Which is why the Snezhnagrad Vetche passed a resolution to support border communities. So if you're here just to argue...
You...
All right, everyone, let's calm down for a second. A few words, if I may. We all know how cold it is. And the more it snows, the harder life gets. Everyone's struggling already. Let's not make things even more difficult for each other.
But Liaison Shishkin, there's clearly something wrong with this quota. I have a family in Marepasak who tell me they can buy at least double our crystal allotment.
Oh, believe you me, I had the same reaction when I first saw the numbers. Couldn't believe what I was reading. I even wrote a letter to confirm the true figures, but... I'm afraid the quota really is as low as you've been advised. Still, you must understand that calculating these energy quotas is a complicated balancing act. They have to factor in population, town size, industrial application. Our top priority must be to keep the largest Kresnik's torch burning continuously. Only then can we sell the remaining crystal for household use, and in doing so, we must make sure that everyone is treated fairly. As our Fatui comrades said, they are only responsible for delivering the goods. They need to keep accurate records, and they do not have any authority to modify the rates or quotas.
That's right. Our duty is to do things by the book.
Tell you what, listen. I know how anxious and upset everyone is. As a matter of fact, I was just discussing it with the mayor. What we can do is open the lower combustion chamber of the Kresnik's torch to the public. You can come to me directly to register, and I will allocate time slots accordingly. I can't guarantee there'll be ample energy for household use, but we can at least make sure you'll be able to boil water and cook food each day. Let's hang in there and make this work together, all right?
Fine. I don't see any alternative.
So, this is Project Stuja in action, huh? Oh, no wonder nothing's open for business. People are barely getting by.
You were looking for an inn, right? For your, Fae friend?
Oh, Paimon's not a fae. Just Paimon. She must have caught a cold or something. We only just got to Snezhnaya, and we're still getting used to the climate.
I have a small place in Sratomaros. I don't stay there very often, though, so it's pretty basic. But if you're not picky, you're welcome to rest there for now. It's not much, but I've got blankets and a warm fire.
Are you sure? Oh, that's really kind of you.
All right, then. This way.
Keep up. Oh, wait. Paimon only introduced herself.
Good to meet you. I'm Alosha. Most travelers find the Snezhnayan climate to be a shock to the system at first. But as long as you keep yourself warm, you should be fine. Still, you should keep an eye on your condition. When people are too quick to dismiss a cold, it can easily end up turning into something more serious.
Don't say that. Paimon's too young for chronic health issues.
They aren't in town right now, and they won't be back anytime soon. The train station has been closed ever since these power shortages began. I do a lot of hunting, so I spend most of my time exposed to the elements. But even the animals wouldn't survive long in a storm like this, let alone a hunter. Nothing to do but sit tight in town until the weather improves. I get that you're in a hurry, but even if the station were open, that doesn't mean there'd be any trains. We could end up stuck here for a long time, I'm afraid. What? Your own train? Wait, hold on. That train? The one that suddenly fell out of the sky and crash-landed on the ice?
Oh, we got lucky and found it in a cave. Oh, then our...
Pretty crazy for a random find in the mountains. Well, as long as your train's good to roll, you might get to Snezhnagrad after all. I've been doing some digging recently. Turns out, the real reason for the current energy crisis in Sratomaros is that some of the supply is being seized for a private stockpile. But to expose what's going on, I need to catch them in the act. So, I'm heading off to catch a rabbit.
Huh? Wait, a rabbit stole the crystal?
It's a figure of speech. Real rabbits couldn't pull this off. They'd prefer Shishkin. Mr. Positive Attitude, let's all get along now, shall we?
Him? Really?
Huh? You're coming with?
Oh. Okay then. Just... Alright. Guess there's no point...
Oh yeah, there's one more introduction to do. Tagarin, get in here.
Oh, a doggy.
He likes to think he's above that kind of thing. Carrots aside, we'll need to stay completely undetected. We can't risk spooking our rabbit, or there's no telling which burrow. First, we need to find a way into the train station and see if we can find any real... Then, we get Tagarin to catch a scent and find out which way the What are you eating?
Oh, check it out. When you're all out of carrots, try jerky. Good doggy.
A fellow dog lover, huh?
Yep. And rabbit lover. Carrots are great too, you know.
Good to know. Eat up, Tagarin. We got a lot of work to do. Wait. Nice work, Tagarin. Come on, we'll go around. This way. We'll enter from the upper floor. There we go. A freight list. Straight from the Fatui. So Shishkin won't have had the chance to doctor the figures. Looks as new as the day it was printed. Yeah, this is all we need. Come on, let's get out of here, then go track down the crystal. Tagarin's a keen hunter, and catching rabbits is his specialty. Anywhere there's a stove, there'll be the scent of Cristal. That's normal. Anywhere there's a stove, there'll be the scent of Cristal. That's normal. But if he picks up the scent of Cristal somewhere and there's no stove around, that's how we know something's up. This must be the rabbit's warren. Good job, boy. Sure enough, there's a tunnel. You stay here and keep watch.
Thanks for looking out for us. Things are getting tougher by the day.
No need to thank me. It's my pleasure. Sure as Her Majesty the Tsaritsa watching over us, every sacrifice will be worthwhile. Let's grit our teeth until the blizzard passes. These days of hardship will be over soon.
Maybe for everyone else, Liaison Shishkin. But for you, the hard times have only just begun.
Huh? Who are you? What's the matter?
I just had a question for you. Why, when times are as tough as this, would someone hoard more Kresnik Cristal than they could ever use? All the crates here are from the most recent shipment, but they weren't brought here for sale. Instead, they were secretly stashed away. Would you be able to shed any light on the situation, Mr. Shishkin?
Me? Why, I have no idea. But look at how much there is! It's quite a godsend. Now there will be plenty to go around.
This godsend was found in a cellar adjacent to your residence following a tip from Mr. Alosha. And this is only a fraction of what we found down there. We're still taking a full inventory. The official figures will be finalized shortly. I've always been grateful for your efforts to mediate between us and the townspeople of Sretomaros. But now, Mr. Shishkin, it appears you were the source of the conflict all along.
How could you do this to us?
We trusted you to have our backs. You've been lying to us this whole time?
Hey, I owe you all an apology. I'm sorry. I'm so very sorry. This isn't who I am. Please believe me, this was a one-time mistake that I will never repeat. We all know how difficult life has been since Project Stuja came into force. Energy is an increasingly scarce resource. People everywhere are getting desperate. But some places have been hit harder than others. I grew up in Alatir, a small village with no train station. Deliveries of Kresnik Cristal have ceased there entirely. If nothing is done, they're all going to freeze to death. You know as well as I do how downright impossible it is to buy Cristal these days. The thought of my poor mother and father, with no one to help them, I felt so afraid. I watched as energy grew scarcer by the week, all the while knowing that their lives were at risk. Then one day, I looked at the Crystal shipment in front of me, and a terrible, selfish thought entered my mind. Looks like I'm just not cut out to be a criminal. I'm so sorry. Once the Fatui have finished their count, you'll see that the numbers match their waybill. I have the official Snezhnayan quotas here. Anyone who has already purchased energy, please make your way over here to correct your transactions. I'll make a batch purchase of Crystal worth 3 months' salary for you all to use free of charge. As for Alatir, I'll think of something else.
You don't have to go that far.
Yeah, owning up to your mistake is enough for me. You've done plenty of good for the community in the past. I'm not looking for a handout.
Drop the act. You claim this was a one-time mistake, but the real reason there's only 1 shipment's worth of stolen crystal in your basement is that you have an accomplice.
Reporting in, sir. We've conducted a full search of the mayor's house. As expected, we found many crates full of crystal, half of which were still in their original shipping containers.
This wasn't your first time at all. You've been colluding with the mayor of Stratomeros for a long time now. The train station's currently out of service, but it does open for a short window every time there's an energy delivery. And every time a train pulls in, you're there on site to take inventory and oversee the workers unloading the cargo. The mayor handpicks said workers. Per his instructions, they transport the crystal by tunnel at night to the mayor's house, and he sells it out of town. But since he can't get the goods out of town by train, he had to arrange an alternative method of transportation. This meant slower sales, which gave me plenty of opportunity to catch him in the act.
Wait, the mayor's involved in this too?
Preposterous. What proof do you have of any of this?
Basic math. I've spent a lot of time lately counting carriages as the snowstorm rages.
Counting carriages? What?
The energy consumed by a train depends on its total weight. And since energy is a limited resource right now, it's fair to assume that, so, if we take the energy required for the Kresnik's torch, add the sales figures you provided, the numbers never match. It's always off by 1 or 2 carriages worth. This time, you set a new record. 3 carriages missing.
You mean to tell me that you sat around outside, counting carriages, in this weather?
I'm a hunter. I have 2 options. Hunt or starve.
Well, I've heard enough. The evidence speaks for itself. Take Shishkin and the mayor into custody and escort them back to Snezhnagrad.
You cocky little brat! Ruining my business! Just you wait.
Yeah, something felt off, so I just followed my gut. Math isn't my strong suit, though. I'm lucky my dad made me learn enough to get by, but all this number crunching was a million times harder than the aim and fire work I'm used to.
Thank you for your assistance. You're a brave lad. Shishkin was quite the cunning criminal, as I'm sure you can tell. He did all of this right under our noses, and we never suspected a thing.
A wolf in sheep's clothing. He had everyone fooled.
Even with that sob story he fed us. He was probably trying to keep the mayor out of it, not just mask his own motives. Without the compelling case he put together, even I might have fallen for it. Alosha, was it? Tell me, are you really a hunter?
We can go find some wild animals if you want. I'll fire off a couple of shots, and you'll see whether I'm the real deal.
I didn't mean to cast suspicion on your identity. It's just... well, I'm sure you've heard of the Rokot. Recently, they've been recruiting people with your kind of talent. They hide in plain sight under false identities, working against Project Stuja, sometimes directly opposing the Tsaritsa herself. They aren't a violent organization, and their goal is to improve the lives of the common folk. But still, as a member of the Fatui, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't keep tabs on them.
First I've heard of this. I don't really keep up with what goes on in the city. All I know is, people who don't mind their own business in the city end up paranoid about everything. As for me, I just couldn't stand Shishkin. I'm from Alatir myself, and I can tell you, nobody's lived there in years. Why would an abandoned village need Crystal? Of course, no one really cares about the fate of that place. I'm guessing today is the first you've heard of it.
I see. It does sound quite tragic. Really. Well, thanks again for your assistance, and your friend here too. I will report this incident to Snezhnaya. The Fatui will take over energy distribution until new officials are appointed. We'll also ensure that the train station resumes normal service as soon as possible. Looks like it's my turn to brush up on math now. I never liked it as a kid either.
Don't mention it. Isn't the soldier overseeing the delivery supposed to verify the quantity of the goods? Was he just careless? Or was he being paid off too? Who knows? Excuse me. I'll take a share of Kresnik Crystal too. Thanks. I need to take a detour before we head back. There's someone I have to deliver this crystal to.
Take a break.
Hang tight for a moment. This old lady, she doesn't really know who's who anymore.
Oh, grandson. It's so cold today. You must be freezing.
Ma'am, it's me, Alosha.
Alosha? Alosha who?
You know me. I came by earlier today. Cleaned the ashes out of your stove, gave you some warmer bedding, and washed your back.
I'm sorry, I don't remember. Now, how often do I get to see my grandson? Come on, take a seat and relax while I fix you something to eat.
It's okay. You just rest. I'm fine.
Oh, you. It's nice to come and visit your old granny once in a while, isn't it? Sretomaros, a good town. All sorts of things to do and people to meet. And the local officials are good to us. Sit down, come on, take a seat.
Please, don't get up on my account. You need to rest. Where's the fruit?
Right under the basket by the door. Or maybe it was on the bedside cabinet. Well, grandson dear, do you like it?
Very much, ma'am. It's delicious.
Good, good. Wonderful.
You don't need to save any more for me next time, all right? Fresh fruit is hard to come by at the moment. You should eat it as soon as you get it.
Oh, I don't need it. I'm fine.
Some kind soul must have given these to her. But she always saves the nicer things for special occasions. I met her at the market back before her health began declining. She was a lovely old lady. We're from the same hometown. Not many people have heard of Alatir, and if they have, it's usually for all the wrong reasons. There's a gang of highwaymen that came from there. Now that it's an abandoned village, it's rare to find anyone who shares fond memories of our hometown. So after we got talking and realized we were from the same place, we decided to keep in touch by letter. I first learned of Stratomoros's energy supply problems from a passing comment in one of her letters. Then, after her health went downhill, I started visiting more often to check in on her. The town's been in decline for a while now, but because of her memory problems, she thinks of it as the bustling, prosperous Stratomoros still in its heyday. That said, I kinda appreciate her optimism. There's not much of it going around in this world of ice and snow. It's fine. Everyone grows old. In Snezhnaya, some people believe that in your final moments, you'll sense a familiar presence by your side. You turn to look at them, but their face is blurry. So you focus hard, trying to make out who it is. And when you finally see their face, the Grim Reaper reaches out and takes your life. She still calls me grandson, though. So at least I'm not a blurry face in her world just yet. Come on, let's get back and see how Paimon's doing.
Opening box of Adepti tricks. How tiresome. How tiresome.
break.
All geared up.
Paimon, we're back. Are you feeling any better?
Yep. Paimon's not cold anymore, but she's still a little dizzy. Flying probably isn't a good idea, right? But Paimon's sure she'll be fine. It's probably just from getting hit on the head by that pile of snow when we first arrived in Snezhnaya.
Her complexion's looking much better.
Sure, but...
I'll explain.
Jeez, you guys got pretty busy. Sounds like the liaison officer and the mayor were... So, you said...
Yeah. Well, enough to survive at least. Project Snezhnaya isn't going away anytime soon. People will still have to don't know. The goal of Project Snezhnaya... The thing is, we were...
Extending it?
That's what everyone suspects. In principle, any proposed extension needs to pass by majority vote in the Snezhnaya Veche. But even though opposition has been growing, any detractors end up caving in to political pressure from the rooster, Pulcinella. He's the chair of the Snezhnaya Veche and a key figure in the voting process. He has the backing of many powerful and influential people.
How come the Fatui are picking on ordinary...
I don't see it like that. Fundamentally, the Fatui will always think and act in the Tsar, but that doesn't mean they don't care about the plight of the common folk. The only reason Stratomiro still receives crystal shipments is because of a relief proposal put forward by the Rooster himself. Then there's the Fatui soldiers providing support in every corner of the nation. Even the Northland Bank provided some mora for disaster relief, and they're as conservative and indifferent as they come. It's just that the rich and powerful in their fancy palaces live in a completely different world from us. There's always going to be some conflict when those worlds collide. Yeah, well, even though we all believe in Her Majesty the Tsaritsa, there are still many differences of opinion on how best to tackle the big issues of the day. Regular folk don't have an easy way of getting their voices heard in Snezhnaya, while the rich and powerful are either unwilling or afraid to speak out for all sorts of complicated reasons. The Rokad provides the disaffected with false identities and an outlet to vent their frustrations. Of course, an organization like that exists in a gray area. The moment the Veche think they've crossed a line, there's sure to be a crackdown. But so far, they've been doing their best to help the common folk. Like us, don't you mean? You didn't hesitate to join in. You're not new to this, I can tell.
That's because we're adventurers. It's our job to help people out with commissions and get to the bottom of things.
Sounds like we're going to get along. So, what's your business in Snezhnaya? Aside from taking your friend to see a doctor, of course.
I want to meet the Tsaritsa. It's complicated. I've had run-ins with many of the Harbingers along the way, and I really need to know what the Tsaritsa is up to. Her ultimate goal? What the no-sees mean in all of this? Since I've made it this far in my journey, I have to find the truth, whatever it takes.
Wait, so... No way. Are you who I think you are?
Sounds like you've heard of us then. We're getting more famous by the day.
I didn't realize I was in the company of giants. Honestly, we're all as curious as you are about what the Tsaritsa's planning, and why it has to involve us freezing to death in the snow. But getting in the same room as her won't be easy. The common folk aren't permitted to meet her at the best of times, and right now, she's probably not even in Snezhnaya. Word is, she's heading east on a campaign to slay a monster. Yeah. So you've heard of it. It also absorbs everything. Luckily, as it grew, I'm sure that Tsaritsa and her personal guard, the Druzhna, won't have any trouble. Suffice to say, you won't be seeing her any— Fair. Well, the Fatui will be taking over management of the train station for the time being. Things should be up and running by tomorrow. Once it's open, we can see about getting your train towed to the station.
Whoa! That's gotta take a lot of manpower. Are you sure we can talk them into it?
The Fatui aren't exactly spotless in this whole mess. Plus, we helped them out. Should be easy enough to— As far as I know, all the paperwork is dealt with upon manufacture. I've never seen anyone check it, so I wouldn't worry. Having a train makes everything much easier. We'll reach Snezhnaya in no time. I need to head there myself anyway. Got some game to trade for Mora. I know a good doctor in the city. I'll introduce you when we get there.
Oh, thanks so much. Let's get a good night's sleep ahead of our big trip tomorrow.
My potted plant on the porch just died again. I was watering it every day. Ugh, don't tell me I overdid it this time. Bring it!
Drive carefully, all right? You don't want to end up in this situation again. Also, I don't think I've seen a train like this before. Is it a new model or something? Not a fan of small talk, are you? All the track switching is automated. So, as long as the trains move, we'll leave you to examine the train's conditions yourselves. Fingers crossed nothing's broken. I doubt Sratomaros has any engineers with experience working on this model.
Shouldn't be a problem. Thanks for everything.
All right then. Have a safe journey. And make sure to check everything's working before you set off.
Destination settings have been applied. Let's give this thing a final once-over and then head out.
Affirmative. Running vehicle diagnostics.
What's this?
Engine, green. Wheels, green. Frame, my diagnostics complete.
Neat! Huh. Paimon still can't get...
I've lived in Snezhnaya my whole life, and I've never heard of an interactive, talking train autopilot.
Strictly speaking, I wasn't designed purely to... All configurations are complete. Should you...
Away we go! Ooh, nope. Paimon's gonna find a warmer seat. Huh? What's going on?
Oh no.
What is this place? Traveler, are you okay?
Just our luck.
Halosha!
It's called the Shadow Realm. A place where no wind blows, no light shines, and I've only seen it a few times before, and the few who do make...
Huh? Then, maybe Goggles knows something. Goggles? Great!
Hold it together. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Come on.
Look at these Fatui! It's like they've lost their minds!
Their shadows have been devoured. They're no longer amongst the living.
Go now! Advance!
I can't channel elemental energy here, but I have a few gadgets that still work.
Wait! What's the...
Guess we'd better find a way over.
I'll take point.
This is the last one.
What do we do next?
Play it by ear.
Goggles!
Hello. I am glad to see the three of you safe and sound.
For now, at least. But things aren't looking too good.
Correct. We are now inside what is known as the Shadow Realm. Time and space hold no meaning here. It intersects with the world of the Light Realm only rarely, like an air bubble that rises to the water's surface. We must leave this place before it sinks back down into the depths.
Sounds like you have a...
Yes. It appears I have marked the exit to the Shadow Realm for your convenience. In addition, I have prepared some equipment to aid you as you traverse the Shadow Realm, Traveler. It may well be one of my core functions. Scan complete. Construction in progress. Activation code? We once peered into the past from the ruins of the shadows. This is what remains of the Golden City, Hyperborea.
Whoa!
Now go. Arm your...
Is this?
In the Shadow Realm, let's go. When you encounter small obstacles, you can simply clamber over them. You can slide to navigate through low, narrow tunnels. Obstruction ahead. You may be able to use the since elemental energy is unavailable in the for long-range targets, try using the scope to line up your shot. Many hostile units approaching. I suggest a new
Is out.
More enemies detected. Try attacking with the newly unlocked Assault function.
Taking cover. Over.
Need a refill! Back in business.
Aim at the freeze mark and pull the trigger to move using the rope.
The advantage is out. Die! Fall back. What?
Gotta recharge!
I need.
Some supply points can restore a small amount of stamina. Press on. You should be able to use the Prime Ice construct left here to cover long distances. I recommend if you detach the Prime Ice Launcher to reach high places with ease.
Charge!
Over.
Reload!
Usable munitions detected. Frag crystal.
Try this! Nice.
Losing ground. Where's the...
Frag out! Need a refill!
Over.
Shift your center of gravity and slide down.
How much longer is this gonna take?
The exit is right ahead. We are very close now. However...
It's like they're trying to keep us trapped here. That platform and the carriages are swarming with undead Fatui. Guess we gotta storm through.
You may find switching to assault mode makes your attacks more effective.
Switch mode! Try this! Frag out! Frag out!
Come on! We're almost there! Huh? Why is everything shaking so much?
Looks like the Shadow Realm is about to sink back down into the depths.
The exit is...
You mean this...
No time to think. We just gotta go for it. Looks like I was right. I can't believe the Shadow Realm manifested right on the railroad track. Lucky we made it out. All thanks to you and that...
Ah, so you...
Yeah, he came up a whole bunch in Nokrai. You're a pretty neat
Make no mistake, it was as Alosha said.
Oh, it's hope...
The Shadow Realm can't now. If please take a moment to catch your breath while I
Oh, thanks, Goggles. You're a...
Yes, of course.
Let's get some fresh air while the Eye of Grave...
Yeah, sure. It's so quiet here for a Huh? So much for repair?
My plan was to restore the train to it.
Huh.
According to my calculations, perimeterization is the most...
Hyperborea, huh? I'm sure... You might want to avoid looking down if you're afraid of heights.
No, it's not that. Paimon's just praying that we don't have yet another accident. That mountain is breathtaking. Reminds Paimon of Dragonspine.
They say this mountain's the domain of a Snegovic lord. A lot of the Snegovic retreated there to live in seclusion, so it's a pretty mysterious place. You hear all kinds of stories. Even the residents of the nearby town of Svietlo-Lidovka steer clear of the summit, and they make a living off of harvesting prime ice. Look, Snezhnagrad's just up ahead. Here we are. Welcome to Snezhnagrad.
Wow!
It's built for maximum efficiency. In the future, you can use this train station to travel anywhere you want. And this way. There's a...
Bring it! Look! Look! They have really funny-looking heads! And those ones are about the same height as Paimon! But it looks like they can't fly!
Those would be Volkudlak and Domovoy. You'll also see the winged Vila and the snowborn Snegovic amongst others.
No wonder! We'd heard that Snezhnaya used to be the realm of the Fae. Paimon can really see it now.
To the left is the Market of Zolny. They sell everything there. You can often find some nifty little trinkets. To the right, you'll see the Korolyevsky Theater in the distance.
Look at that! Incredible!
Yep.
tiresome. Come on, keep up. Pick up the pace. Life goes on. Sacred name. Fortune preserver. Dissipate! How tiresome. Let's test my hypothesis. Certainly went out of your way for this, didn't you? It's all yours. Take a break? Come on, keep up. Called. Get with me! Lightning terrified! How tiresome.
Bring it! Opening box of Adeptitrix.
Come on, keep up. Take a break. How tiresome.
Bring it!
Come on, keep up. Take a break.
Wheel of life. Orders given. Orders received.
Our bond is strong. Out of my way. Let's test my hypothesis. Come on, keep up.
Let the mountain's veins boil! Go.
Stand with me.
How tiresome.
What a joke. Come on, keep up. or gratis?
I found it pretty stunning when I first came here too. But I soon found out that stunningly beautiful means stunningly expensive. The prices here are crazy. I'm just a small-time hunter, so Zolny is where I spend most of my time. This...
Is that gonna be stunningly expensive too?
Yeah, I mean, there are places to stay in Zolny, but I highly doubt they'd meet your... Most of the stoves are out of crystal, the windows are drafty, and at night, four-legged roommates come out to play.
Yep, no way. Not a chance Paimon's staying anywhere like that. Maybe we can split the cost of the room between us? Paimon still has some savings left. Fine then. Don't worry.
I'm glad to see you've perked up. If you find yourselves in the mood for some sightseeing later, there's a few places around here. This way leads to Zapoliarny Palace, which serves as the Tsarit. The adjacent block is kind of a city in its own right. That inside, there's a munitions factory known as the Armory Palace, producing a constant... And over there, these places are best at...
Yeah.
The downtown area is near the... Another place of interest is... Oh, and
Ooh, speaking...
No one practices alchemy at Snezhnaya.
Oh. We'll just have to use the one on the train then.
Yeah, I don't know. Not my area. Anyway... Finally, there's Zolny, and that's about it.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Podvorye Restaurant is...
Welcome to... Thank you for...
Take a break. Looks like you get what you pay for, huh? Paimon likes this room a lot! Yeah! Much better now that we're out of the cold! Oh, thanks for taking such good care of Paimon. Honestly, she feels kind of bad for throwing a wrench in the works. If this were anywhere else, we'd be out investigating and adventuring by now. But instead, we're stuck here waiting for a doctor. to push ourselves too hard for no reason. A lot happened on our way into the city. Let's review what we've learned so far. Obviously, a million more at question is, what is this Tsaritsa planning? Everything else leads back to that. Sure was. And so far, we've learned, but we won't get to see her anytime soon. Alosha said that she went east to fight that. It must be a pretty powerful one if it can blanket the whole of Snezhnaya. And to be honest, what we're really lacking right now is information. Paimon can think of a few people who might be able to help us. But... Right. And when we left Nogcry, so... It's unlikely they'd tell us anything confidential about the Tsaritsa's grand plan. Yeah, fair point. But there's gotta be someone there willing to talk to us, right? But it's unlikely we could sweet-talk Arlecchino, let alone Sandrone. She basically told us to Yeah, the last time was all the way back in Fontaine, right?
Hello. Is there a traveler and Paimon in there?
That's Alosha! Come in!
Hello, I'm Dr. Luneva. Alosha mentioned that one of you is feeling a little under the weather. I see. So you're my patient today, yes?
Good question. Paimon's not too sure either, but...
Not exactly. It's just, I'm used to treating human patients. Fae tend to be far more resilient, but don't worry. I do have some experience treating Fae. I've even
It'll be fine. Paimon's big, right? We're no different when it comes down to it, are we? That's just 'cause...
Okay, vital signs are good. Test results are all within normal ranges. I can give you some medicine to tide you over if you find yourself with a persistent...
Sounds like there's no cause for alarm.
Thank you, Doc.
You're very welcome.
Take care. You heard the doctor. Best you rest up here for a
All right, then. Guess we've got no choice.
I have to get back to it. If you need... Hey, no big deal.
All right, time to find Child and see what he can tell me.
Come on, keep up. Pick up the pace. How tiresome.
Hold on. Please display your invitation letter or permit. Glupov does not accept meeting requests without a prior appointment. You'll have to apply per the advertised booking process. Might I ask who you're hoping to visit? Another one who thinks the rules don't apply to them. I don't understand why people think they can just talk. But I have to go through the motions for protocol's sake. Wait a moment. I'll pass on your message. Lord Child is a busy man. He's probably not in Glupov at the present. Even if you two are old friends as you claim, please understand that the Fatui Harbingers are often busy with their official duties. They tend not to stay in Glupov for extended periods. Next time, stick to the rules. You'll make life easier for both of us, Greetings, Lady Marionette.
I'll take care of our guest here. It's his first time in Snezhnaya, so it's no surprise that he doesn't know the rules yet. I trust no choice words have been exchanged. No misunderstandings I should be aware of.
No, Lady Marionette. Whew, that was a close call. Good thing I played it cool.
Is that right? Good to know. Wait, under the weather? That I take it she's still adapting to the climate. Happens to a lot of people. It's even colder here than in Nodcry. Has she seen a doctor? All right then. Why else? I was just about to sit down for some much-needed tea time when I heard that an old friend of Tartaglia's had shown up outside. No appointment, nothing. And, as obnoxious as it may be to show up uninvited at Glupov, I couldn't help but take pity on the poor soul who was waiting outside in vain. So I had no choice but to abandon my freshly brewed piping hot tea and come to see this mystery guest for myself. Well, I felt our time worked. Unfortunately, I can't invite you inside either. The rules of Glupov would, on the plus side, Snezhnograd actually has some class. Unlike Nosha Town. Torchlight Books has a very your treat, of course. Because I already wasted one perfectly good cup of tea today. That's why. Take a break? How tiresome. I've ordered for the both of us. No objections, I assume. I'm sure you trust my taste. Okay, let's get down to business. I'm guessing you don't actually have any urgent business with Tartaglia, per se. You just want information, right? Wanna take a guess? Of course you'd say that. You shouldn't underestimate Counselor Tartaglia, you know. That's right. I'm sure you've heard of the Snezhnograd Vecha by now. They'll be discussing yet another extension to Project Stuja. It's basically all anyone cares about in the vet. Yeah, he's more of the shoot first, ask questions later sort. It all started with a very detailed letter that Capitano left for the jester, Pierre. In that letter, he detailed the future arrangements for his subordinates. All of his key people were I guess he'd already prepared to leave us for good all the way back then. But Piero didn't reveal the content. That was his reaction, too. Why me? With a bewildered look on his face. He'd always assumed Capitano looked down on him. He was a man who kept his thoughts to himself and barely but he occasionally brought Tartaglia along to my tea parties back in the day. So to the rest of us, it was clear that By the rest of us, I mean my tea party regulars. Arlecchino, Rosaline, and... actually, not Columbina. She was probably oblivious to it. Anyway, then the Liu-S situation happened. Normally, it took a lot to get under Capitano's skin, but that time he was furious. It's not really my place to talk about it, though. You can... Basically, Tartaglia probably had the wrong idea about Capitano. Capitano believed that despite Tartaglia's immaturity, he showed great potential. Yeah, it's one of the few things that I'd agree those two have in common. But there's one other reason why Capitano chose Tartaglia to assume command of his troops. He knew that after he was gone, several of the others would swoop in on his army like vultures. With the ones who stood to benefit the most being the rooster Pulcinella and Regrator Pantalone. Once they divided Capitano's troops between them, they'd be more powerful. So, you can see why Capitano chose to hand that letter to Piero. Exactly. Piero also needed to back a harbinger as soon as possible. Even though Tartaglia has had the support of Northland Bank for a long time, I'd say Capitano made a good judgment call. Anyone else, his best course of action will be to distance himself from any shady business, while still maintaining, what's the point in having a tea party if you don't spill a little tea? Besides, none of this is confidential anyway. Ask any journalist out there. They'll give you all the lurid details. You'll see it firsthand if you ever sit in on a session of the Snezhnaya Vecha. All the factional strife, whether open or unspoken, it plays out for all to see in that one little room. Having a voice in a Vecha is the only way to steer policies in your favor. So, every person in that room represents a particular interest group. Pantalone, for instance, represents the financial sector, and Tartaglia represents the Fatui soldiers. Personally, I have no interest in political jousting. But since I have a number of engineers, and then there's Pulcinella, the linchpin of the Vecha. Everything involves him, so nothing can bypass him. Any issue that comes up, he knows how to mediate.
I'm starting to see why everyone is so frustrated with the way a complex web of interests connects all parties involved. And that Tsaritsa...
All right, I'm done carrying this conversation. You must have known that you can get the info you needed from me. So why was Tartaglia the first person you asked to see and not me? Huh? Jealous? As if. Wait. Oh, I think I know what it is. Columbina passed on my message. I only meant you should be mindful of which side you're on. Is that actually why you didn't ask for me? Because you took that to heart? Fair enough. It's not your fault. I blame all these politicians I've been hanging around with lately. Always beating about the bush when they talk. I guess it must have rubbed off on me. Anyway, just ask for my help next time, okay? Little things like this are no problem.
Lady Marionette.
What now? Can't you see I'm on my break?
Sorry to disturb you during your break, ma'am, but I'm afraid it's an emergency.
Isn't it always? I've told you before. Fixing the tracks and transport...
The equipment in Svietlo-Lightovka is in urgent need of... The support's on one of the machines... Luckily, Odette's team was nearby.
I guess that's it then. Our tea party will have to end here. I'm the only engineer you'll meet. Do you actually want to come with, or are you just saying that? Nice of you to return the favor. I'll have a couple of people look after... And honestly, I'd rather have your help than anyone else's. Between your skill, then let's go. You, take 2 people to If anything happens to Paimon, you'll be answering to me.
Yes, Lady Marionette.
They weren't exaggerating. This is really dangerous. It's a good thing only one of them broke. From what I've been told, most of the trapped miners are over in that... Yeah, you do that while I check the rest of the equipment. Meet me back here as soon as you're done.
I have to be getting close.
Don't go any further. It's too dangerous here. There's a highly aggressive monster on the prowl. You need to leave, now. Ah, I see. You're the backup from Snezhnaya. Well, I'm Odette. Good to meet you.
Ah, so this is Odette. She was the first member of the Fatui.
There are 5 people trapped in the cave. Monster type is unknown. Let's go. Every second counts. something's moving. This must be the monster's shadow. Looks like a tough opponent. Together, pirouette. Waltz of the snowflakes.
Stay back!
Let's begin. Crystalline Adagio. I see them. They're right behind the monster. The monster seems very agitated. It could attack at any moment. Let's make the first move.
Halloween thunder!
Waltz of the snowflakes. Let's begin.
Lightning flash!
Oh, thank you for saving us. We'd have been
Thank you.
You're welcome. You should be safe now.
Thank you.
I've searched the area. Pretty sure the monster made a tactical retreat. Yeah, but with us here, it won't be coming back anytime soon. It may be small, but don't be fooled. It's a ferocious beast. People are just food in its eyes. It's lucky we got here when we did. The trapped miners have been successfully evacuated. Time for us to leave.
Wait, this place. There's something unusual about it.
What is that?
I don't know. It's back?
Yes, it has family. This way. Run! Thanks. Let's get out of here.
There's still a long...
I will...
Everyone's accounted for. We managed to rescue them all. We also placed a sign at the entrance to the cave, warning people to stay away. You really held your own today. I still don't... Alright then. See you around. Hello, Lady Marionette.
I hear the rescue operation was a great success. What brings you here, Odette?
No, a Fatui mission. I happened to be nearby and heard the crash.
She hasn't introduced herself then. Odette is the prima ballerina of Snezhnograd. She's quite the celebrity. If you ever hear people mention the two crowning jewels of the Korailievsky troupe, they're talking about Odette and the prima donna, Vodianitsa. On top of that, she learned all—
You flatter me, Lady Marionette.
If she's Rosaline's protege, that makes me... Never mind. There's no need to bring it up. No point making things awkward.
How's progress on your end, Lady Marionette?
Equally successful. I finished reinforcing all the equipment. Took me a little longer without Polonia's help. Even if the heavy snowfall summoned by that monster lasts for another 3 months straight, this equipment won't give way. All right, now that we're done here, it's time to get out of this blizzard. Sure, but Snezhnograd will send someone to investigate and draw up a relief plan. And I guess I'll have to write the incident report myself this time. Since it involves— First, Pantalone needs to approve the budget, then Pulcinella has to sign off on the plan. Once they've argued it out and reached a compromise, we can move forward. That's the rough process anyway. Could take anywhere from a couple of weeks to a couple of months, depending on how— Yup, nothing we can do about it. There's a whole stack of incident reports like this back at the office.
The snow has eased a little for now, but there's no telling when that will change. Fuel for heating is in short supply, and relief is weeks away. There's no immediate threat to life. It just feels like...
Hey, quit daydreaming. When did you get a new sword?
I found it in a cave. It handles pretty nicely.
You have a strange affinity for secondhand swords. Well, if it isn't Counselor Tartaglia.
Go easy on me, all right? I'm still recovering from the interrogation the real big shots. Hey, comrade, it's been too long. I heard you came. Good to see you too, Odette. I'm guessing you guys just.
It went fine.
How about you? Any new developments?
Not really. Same as ever. Growing opposition to Project Snezhnaya, and the usual rebuttals are starting to ring. The results of the mock vote were pretty dire. Pulcinella was fuming. I've never seen the old man so angry.
That's not good news. It takes a lot to rattle him.
Yeah, obviously if push comes to shove, there are ways to crack down on dissent.
Sorry, I have to ask something. This is going to sound blunt, but may I?
Huh? Of course, fire away.
It sounds to me like everyone's tearing their hair out trying to figure out how to deal with opposition to Project Snezhnaya. But what exactly is this project's purpose? And how can it be so important that even people like you two
Interesting. I gotta hand it to you, comrade. You sure don't mince your words.
Excuse him? What does he mean, refuse to stand up for ordinary people?
Oh my gosh. How does he dare?
Are you interrogating us now?
It's okay, Snezhnaya. Let me explain. If I could, I'd take your side right now. In fact, my position's very similar to yours. I've only held back on casting a dissenting vote in the Vetcha because the Tsaritsa would never let me get away with it. Still, I have a responsibility to the Fatui armed forces, so I do what I can to make their voices heard. Most of them are just regular folks from small towns. I'm sure you've seen how much those kinds of places are struggling right now. Oh, and for what it's worth, I'm from Arepasak myself. Things aren't going so swell there either. The Tsaritsa wants to create a better, safer future for the people of Snezhnaya, but considering the Tsaritsa's vision for the future, maybe Snezhnaya and I can't oppose Project Snezhnaya outright. But and even though we can't put an end to it, there are plenty of other ways to make a difference. I respect Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa, and trust her decisions. But at the end of the day, there's no way I would—
As contentious as things can get within the Vetcha, there's no selfishness or malice behind it. The issue is that there's no way of pleasing everyone under the present circumstance. But that is not the same thing as being blindly loyal to the Tsaritsa.
In fairness to Snezhnaya, she rushed to Svietla and even Tartaglia, who used to only care about the thrill of the fight, is clearly doing his best to rise—
Hey, come on. There's only so much we can say, so don't press us too hard. Look, maybe you've heard already, but she's currently leading her army on a campaign to the east. Striking that monster down will be a significant— As laser-focused as she is on realizing her lifelong aim, to me, that says a lot. If she thought Snezhnaya and its people didn't matter in the grand scheme of things, why would she waste her time on something like this? Thanks. I meant every word I said, though. I wasn't just trying to placate you. I've already done more than enough diplomacy for one day.
I still think this adventurer raises a very important point. Our two harbingers have made their positions very clear. But there are many others in the Vetcha who must feel trapped, and I think it's a very valuable quality to be willing to speak one's mind, despite the risk of offending powerful figures.
You can say that again. I highly doubt we'd feel the need to explain ourselves so much if we didn't know you so well.
Forgive me, adventurer, but might I be so bold as to ask about your back—
Oh, haven't you been proper—
Easier said than done. I like to think I'm not the kind of person who goes around busting open people's old wounds.
I've only learned his name so far.
Uh-oh. Is there no avoiding the subject of Rosaline?
No, it's just... all right. This is the world-renowned traveler, who helped resolve the storm terror threat in Mondstadt, cleaned up after the mess I made in Liyue, and then went to Inazuma, where... There was a duel before the throne, in which the Traveler defeated...
Oh. I'm sorry. I didn't think you two would be seeing much of each other, so I figured it wasn't worth bringing up.
It's fine. It was sorry. I just remembered that we have a rehearsal coming up. Please excuse me. I should get going.
I've mentioned this to you before, remember? She was Rosaline's most valued subordinate. Not that Rosaline was really the type of person to make friends, but... death has a way of resolving a lot of conflicts.
Don't let it weigh on you. Like she said, it was a long time ago. Odette has a very different personality from Rosaline. Give her some time. I'm sure she'll work through it. Oh, by the way, where's Paimon?
She hasn't been feeling well, so she's resting at Podvorier Restaurant. I got it.
Oh, right. Sorry to hear that. Poor thing. Reminds me of when Tonya was little. I felt so bad for her seeing her lying in bed, coughing. She was so mature for her age, though. Whenever someone came to visit her, she'd greet them. I'm sure Paimon's a good kid, too. You're a little short on manpower, right? Let me have a cup.
Well, that would be great.
Hey, don't mention it. I'm sure you have, so no more accusing me of not being on your side, all right?
Already? That was quick.
I'm afraid I can't help you there. Our director's recent... If you hadn't told me, I never would have known he'd gone south. I assumed he'd been in Glupov this whole time. Well, I guess I'd better go sort out Paimon's security situation.
Me too. I have an incident report to write up. Let's leave it there for now.
I guess everyone's in a difficult position. But Tartaglia's right. I have things to do. Things I wanted to... To start with, I should ask Alosha.
You all missed the good times.
How strange. This sword seems to be vibrating of its own accord. It's a very faint vibration, but it's getting stronger as I get closer to the statue of the Seven. Does this sword have some connection to the statue? But all it does is vibrate, even when I touch it. That place I got this sword from was definitely out of the ordinary. Maybe I should try channeling the power of cryo. There really is something special about this sword. I don't really understand what just... I'll have to try... There's still a long road ahead.
Should I really come with you? Of course! Should I really come with you? Of course! Should I really come with you? Of course! Of course! Should I come with you? Should I really come with you? Should I? Of course! Of course! Should I really come with you? Of course! Should I really come with you? Of course! Should I really come with you? Should I really come with you?
Of course.
Should I really come with you?
No, that's right. I'll invite her along to Podvorier restaurant again.
I want to see the Seven Princes save the fugitive Domovoy princess.
No, that's right. I'll invite her along to Pod